G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome back to the 1968 campaign. So, this is our third attempt at trying to find this submarine tender for this mission, and it is likely also going to be our last crack, because we are currently running out of weapons. We have 4 torpedoes in the tubes, all Mark 37, and 3 spare Mark 37s sitting in the stowage, and that is all we have in the way of weapons. If this turns out to not be our submarine tender fleet, by the time we sink these 2 ships, or make our attempts at sinking them at the very least, I don't think we're going to have enough weapons left for a 4th shot. So at this point, one way or another, we're going back to port after this one in order to get a bit of a resupply. So fingers crossed, because I haven't identified these ships yet to see whether or not these are the ones that we're after. So first up first, we're going to have a look at Sierra 1. Now we do know it is a surface fleet, or at least a majority surface fleet. And that one seems pretty straightforward. That does look like a Kotlin.
Sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Which we don't see very often in the anti-submarine warfare patrols, so that's actually a fairly good sign. Let's get that one back over here. Sierra 2. What are you? We're down to the merchants, so that's a good start.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
No, can't be. Soviet boats don't travel alone, so that can't be just one ship on the surface on its own. Although it does appear to be just a green merchant. So if that's the case, then we've got a missing contact here. Because that's coming up as a friendly merchant, or at the very least a neutral merchant. I don't think I've got my identifications right here, so... Periscope depth. We're going to change by 5 feet. What are our conditions? Ambient noise, 81 decibel. We got a strong duct. Surface waters seem relatively calm. Alright, let's... Right. So that is our Kotlin, that's guaranteed. And again, that's a submarine tender. And that is in fact a merchant. Alright, mast down. Alright, so there was another target we couldn't actually see there. There was actually a tender. Oh, right. So it's set depth to 200 feet, so we can get below this thermal layer. Current speed 5 knots, we can maintain that. And we've now got good targeting solutions on everything. So 21 kiluyards to our main target, and the Kotlin's 15. Kotlin can do 38 knots. It's capable of outrunning our Mark 37s. But our primary target can only do 13.5, so it can't. It's entirely possible the Kotlin picked us up on radar then. I think it's got it. Yes, it's got Don K radar, so it may have picked up our periscope. What I might actually do... go 500 feet. And we might have to be a little bit more aggressive here. I want to get as close as I can to our target and take it out as quickly as possible.
Make turns
hopefully we won't cavitate.
Contact. Master 1. Last bearing 065. Contact.
So we want to get to 600 feet. Now, because we're moving faster here, the noise of our submarine has overpowered our ability to actually hear these two. But that's fine for the moment, and I'm hoping the duct will keep them relatively unaware of me until I've been able to cut a huge chunk out of this distance.
Maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
Alright, we're coming on to 600 feet. 590, maintaining 20 knots. Now, we're too fast to launch torpedoes here at all, but all I want to do is halve the distance or more, basically rush up on the Kotlin, and get into a position where I can potentially engage the transport. Now, I'm heading directly towards the Kotlin, even though I'm going to engage the transport first, because I want to put my screw at the back of the ship and put the entire body of the submarine in front of it, because it will help cut down some of our signature a little. Although, being this far down, that's only going to work for a small period of time. You know, for being sort of not a 100% pure simulation, the acoustic modeling in this is actually kind of fantastic. The only complaint I have about the acoustic modeling in cold waters is the fact that it has sort of that 2 kilometer dead zone around every unit where things just get auto-detected regardless of what you do. If they took that away and just kept everything else as it was, this would be fantastic. Now the Kotlin's pinging. Looks like it's moved a little bit south, which is to be expected. What would our estimated range be at this point? Would be 12.5 to roughly where it is at this point, 12.7, so we want to cut this down a little bit more. Still 17 to... and that would probably be about here, so we call it about 16 to our target. Yep, I don't believe that in the slightest. It's over here. Now the question is, how long do we maintain this for? It's at 26 knots. $27. It's throttling up to maximum speed at the moment, judging by the noise output. And seems to be coming in our direction. We're only at 64% solution, but we are starting to narrow it down a little. It may have heard us. There we go. Alright.
Ring shift for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet. Reset depth to 200.
Make depth 2008 die by.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 3 bearing 063.
Yeah, and we have a 100% solution, so the Kotlin is just going past us at this point. Range 5.1 kiliyards.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 2 bearing 058.
It should be able to detect us on active at this point, and there is our... There's our main target, following in just behind. We should probably take a shot at it with it so close. Pretty sure this is the right side.
Show 2-1. Aye, sir.
Yeah, I think we launched it a little bit too late. It's not going to intercept enough. Cotland is currently at 31 knots, so that is not going to work. That's alright, we'll just turn the torpedo towards our main target. We'll let it activate normally and it can run parallel to us. Not going to waste a good torpedo, I don't have enough of them. I'm not going to try and chase the Cotland down though. It's accelerating. Oh, it's dropped 14. Maybe it wouldn't be such a waste after all. If it's only going to... It's down to 9. And it's turning away, which is going to present me the baffle. It's down to 7. At least we might want to get this to activate even sooner.
Noisemaker bearing on.
Oh, nope, it's detected the torpedo. We're going to want to change our depth here a little too. I'm going to drop it down to 400.
Depth 40895.
Now I don't want to make massive evasive maneuvers at this point. It'll break my wire. And that shot was aimed at the torpedo, not at me, so there's still a pretty good chance that's not going to cling on to me. No weapon countermeasure homing. And the Cotland has accelerated to maximum speed at this point. I don't think we're going to be able to close the distance fast enough. No, we want to intercept. Loud. Don't, come on, cut inside of it. No. It's not going to be able to cut in. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do this with one torpedo at all. Although, yeah, it's just going to trail because it's only doing 38 knots as well. Now I can try and do a cutoff here, but the problem is without the torpedo being on the rear of the Cotland, it's probably going to reverse its turn. And yep, it's starting to straighten up. Yep, it's starting to reverse its turn and it's going to go the other way. So I've got to rehook the torpedo in to force the Cotland to get back into its turn. It's times like these I really wish I had some Mark 16s. They would be really useful right now. back into a left-hand turn again. We're safe from that one. This 400. We really need to deal with this Kotlin. Well, I suppose we're not doing anything else with the torpedoes, so... And this does look like we've got the right one, because we do have a tender out there. Let's just go all in. 2 torpedoes in the water. Lost contact down here with this one. You get your ass back around and redetect that Kotlin. I need you to keep it turning. Thank you. If I can keep it turning this way, I might be able to intercept it with a second torpedo. It's ridiculous that we have to do this, but... Oi! Get back on the Kotlin.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Short activation. Come on, come on. I don't want you... Oh, I didn't set that for surface running, so I'm going to have to change its depth manually. I'm not sure we're going to be able to climb this fast enough, but if we can, this might be promising. No, not quite fast enough. We might finally have an impact. About goddamn time. Alright, torpedo 1, please turn back into the Kotlin. Just want to get rid of it so it doesn't accidentally detect me and sink me. Oh, there we have it. Took a bit, but we got rid of the bastard. Okay. Okay. So at this point, let's reset our depth to periscope depth. Oops. Periscope depth. I need to find out where the hell our actual main target went to. 4 in the tubes, 1 in the stores. Merchant's gotten past. We're going to have to sprint after it. Now, the merchant has no sensors whatsoever, and it only does 13.5, so catching it's not going to be a problem. It's just going to take a little bit. And I just need to work out exactly where it is. Alright, periscope up. That is the merchant. So according to this, it should be... heading 057. Ah. Right, confirm range 18.4. What can I say? I'm blind. Occasionally I need to use the sensors for help. Alright, set depth. Let's go to 400. And it doesn't matter if we cavitate at this point. We're going to run it down and get in nice and close before we release these torps. Where are we creaking? Damage control. Yeah, hull's fine, everything seems fine. Right, just pop a bit of time acceleration in here. Right, we'll go up to about this grid square before we pop it up. 28 knots, we should be moving at double pace. Target should be no more than 10 kiloyards from our location at that point. We should be able to just pop the torpedoes off and call it a day. Actually, we'll overshoot it a little bit. Right, just about there, and... Alright, set periscope depth. Come out of time acceleration.
Sonar regained contact on Master 3, bearing 0.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Speed down to 5. And as we pop up to the surface, we're going to wait for our speed to bleed off before we can pop periscope, and we'll just confirm location of target. Now, torpedo settings. Surface running. We will probably need 2 to take out the target. 13, we should be good now. Pop the mast. And there she is. Target confirmed, and we are only at 7.3, so that is nice and close. Speed 5. And we're getting those on the wrong sides. Alright. And second torpedo away. Now I'm going to get these to surface and activate as quickly as we possibly can, so I want them up to maximum speed. Just so we can finally finish this off and head back to port. Get them on course. We're going to manually guide them to take them out of their sort of S search pattern. and set them to straight running, because you can't actually do that. If you look at the settings for them, there's left, right, or S pattern search, but there's no just straight on, which is unfortunate. Alright, so at that they're running at about 38 knots, so it's just now a matter of time. Alright, both torpedoes should be just about in. There we go. First torpedo has acquired. Second torpedo is just about to acquire and turn in as well. And somehow our transport that has no sensor equipment whatsoever has managed to spot the torpedoes. Although I suppose middle of the day it could have spotted them visually. Although, no surface trails. But she's knackered. First impact straight into the engine. And the Merchant is down. Finally, or at least I hope finally. I'm really hoping this was our tender. It should be our tender. If it's not, well, shit, I don't know. Thankfully, that was something we didn't have to worry about. This was, in fact, our submarine tender. Unfortunately, due to a small glitch caused entirely by myself, I failed to record the actual end cards for this particular one. But nevertheless, this was our tender, this was mission completed, and we received new orders to return immediately to Holy Lock in order to repair, rearm, and refuel, and receive new orders. So even the game realised we were just about out of torpedoes. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Cold Waters will be returning in the very near future, and until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you would like to see more, and as always, take care.